I forgot to wash my work shirt.
Just wear it again. I added Unstoppables, now with odor blocker, and it keeps our clothes fresh all day.
Ooh, I'm gonna be feeling it at work today.
She smells so good, I'm actually paying attention.
Smell unstoppable.
Welcome to Nissan. Are you interested in
test drive?
Absolutely.
There's the all-new Kick, the new Frontier, and the Nissan Rogue. Hurry in to the Nissan year-end sales event. Now, get $12.50 customer cash on Rogue Platinum.
Clippers Celtics today at 4:30 on KTLA.
Now at 4, breaking news out of Fullerton. A small plane has crashed near the airport. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 4. I'm Samantha Cortese.
And I'm Sandra Mitchell. And today for John Finolio, 2 people were on that aircraft when the Mayday call went out, and it crashed near the municipal airport in Fullerton.
KTLA's Sarah Welch is live in Fullerton with the latest. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Samantha. Good afternoon. Yeah, the circumstances of this crash are still under investigation, but what we do know, if I step out, you can see some of the video here, is that the 2 people on board this plane are lucky to be alive. And you can see the crash site here off Artesia Avenue in Fullerton. This is about 150 yards from the runway. Take a listen to the Mayday call.
Fullerton Tower, Mayday, 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 making emergency landing next to the train.
Fullerton Tower, not a problem. We just saw
2-4 to land, 4-5.
Looks like he's right in front of the bench just past the train track. It looks like people are running out to help.
And you're looking at some video from Sky 5 earlier above the crash. This plane is a 4-seater 1969 Mooney M20, and there were 2 people on board. The manager here at the Fullerton Airport tells us that this fixed-wing, single-engine aircraft left Brackett Airport in Laverne at about 12:25 this afternoon. The plane touched down here, landed here in Fullerton at 1:41, and then quickly went back up into the air, and that's when moments later the pilot radioed trouble. He was able to land on Artesia Avenue just short of the runway, and as the plane came down, it hit a light pole, a fire hydrant, and then it crashed into a tree just feet from businesses in this industrial park. Here's more from a witness who saw it all.
Okay, yeah, I was walking down the sidewalk right here, going for a walk this afternoon, and I looked up and I saw an airplane coming in, and he wasn't on the normal flight pattern, and I noticed him almost hit the top of the pine tree right there and looked like he might have lost power, and I thought he was going to hit me, so I ran up on the grass, and when I turned around, he bounced off of that pole. The tip of his wing hit the pole, then he bounced again and hit the fire hydrant and crashed into the tree right there.
Fullerton firefighters told us they had to extricate the 2 people on board using the jaws of life. We're told the 2 men were rushed to a local trauma center. We don't know yet their conditions. We did look up the registration of this aircraft. It says pending, so we don't know yet who this plane belongs to. As for the quick landing here in Fullerton and then taking off moments later, one employee here at the airport told us that may be an indication of a practice landing, but at this point, we just don't know. The FAA and NTSB will be investigating this. But Sam and Samantha, as you can see where the plane is, the circumstances could have been so much different. Look how this plane is literally just inches from that building. We'll have more coming up in the next hour. For now, back to you in Hollywood.
Crazy scene. All right, Sarah, thank you. The Menendez brothers will have to wait even longer to find out if they'll get a chance to be released from prison. A judge today postponed their resentencing hearing in a Van Nuys courtroom. There is new evidence that surfaced which might confirm testimony from the brothers that their father was abusive to them. Abuse, they say, triggered the violent outbursts more than 3 decades ago.
KTLA's Mary Beth McDade joins us live in Van Nuys. MB, it's been a long day for you. You waited to watch the brothers appear virtually in court. How are you, MB?
I'm hanging in there. Yes. How you doing there, Sam and Sandra? Yes, you know, we didn't actually get to see them virtually because, unfortunately, technical difficulties. They could hear and see us, and we could hear them, but we couldn't actually see them. But yes, they did join virtually and found out that their resentencing hearing has been postponed till the end of January. Now, 2 of the Menendez brothers' aunts, because of their ages and medical conditions, they were actually allowed to testify today and to explain to a judge why their nephews should be resentenced. There was a crush of media surrounding family members who came from around the country to attend today's status conference for the upcoming resentencing hearing. Eric and Lyle Menendez were part of the hearing virtually from their San Diego prison.
It was, first of all, the first time that Lyle and Eric have been at least remotely in a courtroom in a number of years.
We heard very emotional testimony from Kitty Menendez's 93-year-old sister, Joan Vandermalen, and Jose Menendez's 85-year-old sister, Teresita Baralt. They're both of failing health, and their brother's attorney, Mark Garagos, wanted to get their sworn testimony on the record. They looked directly at the judge, at times breaking down, and made impassioned pleas to allow the brothers to come home. They said 35 years behind bars is enough time, especially after suffering a lifetime of sexual and emotional abuse at the hands of their parents.
I do want them home. They should never have been in such situations as presented themselves. What can a kid do when his father's... Oh, I can't stand it.
35 years is a long time.
The judge postponed the December 11th resentencing hearing, saying he still has 17 boxes of documents to go through and wants to give the incoming DA, Nathan Hochman, time to review the case. The new hearing date, January 30th and 31st.
By January 30th or 31st, we're hoping that by the end of that, or sometime sooner, that we will in fact get the brothers released.
The brothers have been serving life without the possibility of parole for shotgunning their parents to death in 1989. The current DA is asked for a resentencing from murder with special circumstances to murder. Prosecutors filed a petition today to strike the special circumstances. Now, if a judge grants that, the brothers could be eligible for parole. Garagos is asking the courts to go even further and re-sentence the brothers to involuntary manslaughter. That sentence carries 11 years for each parent and could allow them to be released with time served. Bob Rand, a longtime journalist who's done a docuseries and written books on this case, attended today's hearing.
And I think they will make Eric and Lyle Menendez jump through a number of hoops before they ever have a chance of walking out of that prison.
And the incoming DA, Nathan Hochman, says that by pushing back the hearing till the end of January, that will give him time to review the case and reach a decision. Now, as far as the outgoing District Attorney, George Gascon, well, he's expected to respond to that habeas petition that was filed last year. The habeas petition involves those two new pieces of evidence that the Menendez brothers' attorneys say proves that they killed their parents in self-defense. For now, reporting live here in Van Nuys, Mary Beth McDade. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Interesting developments, MB. Thank you. President-elect Trump is one step closer to being free of federal charges. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan has just granted special counsel Jack Smith's motion to dismiss the January 6th related indictment. Smith still believes he has the proof to convict Trump, but in moving to dismiss, he is respecting the DOJ's longstanding policy. Special counsel Jack Smith has requested the dismissal of all charges against President-elect Donald Trump, 2 years after bringing two felony cases against the then former president. One accusing him of attempting to overturn the 2020 election and the January 6 U.S. Capitol breach. The other accusing him of illegally retaining classified documents. Dropping these charges is not a surprise, as it aligns with the Department of Justice's policy that prohibits prosecuting a sitting president. In the filings, Smith did defend the charges, saying in part the government's position